It's a hey look. It's a hey look. It's a hey.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Snark Tank podcast. Unfortunately, we are gonna have to start this episode off on a somber note. I'm here with Kingston, obviously, but Derek obviously is not here with us. He couldn't join us today. He is he's very, very busy crafting a spear out of old Native American bones. I don't know why, but in his stead, we have Eminem here. We have Eminem here as a replacement guest.
Yeah.
And how's it going, man?
Yeah, man. Fucking welcome. I feel very welcomed, and I'm just here to promote my new hair dye, and I got a single coming out. I got a single coming out called Houdini, which is better than Mussolini, and who also likes to eat linguine, and who has a bottle with
lyrics?
a genie.
This is a sneak peek to the song, huh? Is this a sneak peek to the song that you're giving us?
So maybe, to be honest, the song isn't even finished yet. I haven't even.
He's just the idea that he would just announce a song before it was even remotely like. He's just like, you know what? I got a lot of fire under my ass. I'm coming out with a song this Friday, and then he's gonna be like, oh shit.
It's called Houdini, and he hasn't even sat down to write anything. He's like, I'll just set an alarm clock early. I'll set an alarm clock early, 6 a.m. on Friday or on the 31st, and then I'll figure it out.
It's literally just it's just about magicians. That's it. It's not even real. It's not even like a clever. It's not even like a clever like metaphor or anything. It's just. He's just talking about cool magicians that he likes. He's like, I like Houdini. He's cool.
Houdini is
cool. He makes my weenie.
Rules. And I hate how he raps now. It's just like, it's so choppy, but not in a good, like, chopper
too angry.
Way. Like, and then he'll get all playful, like, I don't know what happened. Like, have you ever just gone back and listened to something you made a long time ago and be like, yeah, I should do this maybe. I like this. Maybe I should go back and draw inspiration from this time. And I don't mean like his hateful, like,
right.
But like, his flow was good back then. I don't know what happened. How does that happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's older, dude. Your sense of what you enjoy in your art form changed, especially over 20-something years. Literally in 2 years. His first mixtape came out 30 years ago, dude. Infinity was his first one, not Infinity. Infinity was his first one, I think.
Infinite.
Yeah.
Infinite, sorry. That is almost 30 years. That's 96, right?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
30 years you change, Like, it's not... He just,
No, he's gay now.
It's unfortunately, but Kanye.
I guess the issue.
Kanye constantly comes out
is,
with new like kinds of styles. It's just how they are.
The issue, I guess, would be that like if he didn't change, people would also that would also be a problem for people. Probably.
It would be a problem
would be like,
for
he's got the same exact
critics, but they don't matter. That's the thing. Like you look at a band like Disturbed. Like their shows are always sold out. They're fine, even though people make fun of them for like, oh, every song sounds the same essentially. Like their fans don't give a flying fuck about that even in any capacity. And so if Disturbed came out and they're like, you know what, we're gonna start making circus music, and then people would be like, yo, what the fuck just happened? Like he's just like, like he's just going bah, bah, and then there's that dun, 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 dun. Like, I actually want to hear that. I'm gonna be honest. I actually want to hear that. Now that I put that out in the world, I want to hear some like clown.
Isn't it crazy that fucking circus song?
That's one of the most famous songs ever, bro.
Isn't it crazy that circus? Do you know like the actual story behind that circus song?
Not at all.
No clue.
Like, do you know what that is? That is supposed like that. So that that is like was originally composed, and I'm not. This sounds like something I would make up because it is really funny, but it's actually true. is like, it's called March of the Gladiators, and it was meant for warriors. Can you think of a genuine, can you think of a more degrading over time reputation for anything? Is there anything that has had its reputation degraded? I'm not kidding. That is the historical origin of that song. It was composed for just for when the gladiators were entering the Colosseum. It's insane. The idea of that song. No, it doesn't sound right, of course, because we're so fucking accustomed to it being clown oriented, but it's real.
The idea of hearing that song while you're about to get killed is wild. Like, you're trying to fight another man off your body and that shit's blaring, and you're hearing that and you're like, no, and he's trying to bash your head into a rock.
Imagine getting your penis scraped off by a lion to that music.
What is wrong
that
with
is fucking crazy.
This was a Czech composer, Julius. I'm not even gonna try. It looks like it says his last name is fuck with a bunch of squiggles and shit. Like Julius Fuck is basically his last name. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce how it actually is, but yeah, you're right. Entry of the Gladiators, but yeah, it says military march composed in 1897, and
what is the original version? What is the original version of it? What is the original version of that song?
It sounds more orchestral.
It has to be modified, right?
The original sounds more orchestral, but it's still goofy. That is such a vibe that would not get you hyped up for anything other than it does sound like festivity in games. It does not sound. That does not sound like a military is marching.
Which to be fair, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, to them it was though. It was less about the because they didn't give a shit about the gladiators. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be putting them in front of lions if they cared about them. They were just like, we want entertainment.
That is the silliest fucking song ever.
So for them, I guess it was basically like a carnival. It's like, hey, everybody, look who's coming in. It's the entertainment.
Look what kind of poor person's gonna get beat to death by a lion today.
I'm just
some guy that can't buy food or eat bread.
I'm just trying to picture an army because you always see those marches and they're all in unison doing all that shit, and it looks like, well, that's crazy. I'm trying to picture, what is it, the Czech, I don't know what I'm assuming if since a Czech guy wrote it, it's that kind of army. Oh god, yeah, I'm seeing. No, that's bad. I'm seeing. I like the video. The video is called, what I'm looking at right now, it says how the clown song was meant to be played. Just like that.
The beginning sounds respectable, and then it turns into
but listen, for real, really think about this for a second. Is there anything? Now, I'm not talking about individuals, because individuals, of course, you have Bill Cosby and fucking, people have had their reputations absolutely tanked. But is there anything that has had its original purpose squandered so deeply as this song, going from a march for gladiators or an entry for gladiators to a fucking clown anthem? Is there anything?
The American government? I don't fucking know.
No, this is the worst. This is the worst. You look at
it's definitely still silly as fuck, but
some people are saying this is this is actually a perfect. This is a perfect this perfectly describes the vibe of they said the Austro-Hungarian armies in the 20th century. So they're saying this actually does make perfect sense. So these are people that are probably kind of disrespecting that region, saying this actually this it captures it perfectly. I can't speak on that, obviously, but yeah, that's got to be disheartening for especially the people over there that probably had pride when they heard that, right? These 17th century people are like, this is the shit. This is our shit. And then I don't know how many years later that it became the clown thing. Because this guy, he wrote it in 1897, so it was almost a turn of the century for them. And then at some point, in the 1900s, it turned into clown music. And it's was it maybe during World War I? It was propaganda or something? I wonder what happened. Because that's fucking sad.
Damn gang.
Yeah,
I'm damn gang.
I think I would watch a documentary all about the fall of the clown song. I'm so genuinely curious about like how
the rise and
what
fall
were the
of
steps?
the clown song.
The rise and fall of the clown song. I'm like, when did it start? Like, did it start ironically? Was it like, oh, I've got an idea. We're gonna bring in clowns, but we should do it to like when they still thought it was badass. You know what I mean? It's like, let's start with this badass music, but then like we're just gonna send in clowns and that'll be the joke. And then people obviously, when they were in the 1900s, they had no real means of even knowing what that song was, so they were like, ooh, clowns. And then it just, I'm so fascinated by it.
Yeah, somebody said it sounds good if you separate clowns from it,
guy.
but the intro.
Nah, it doesn't sound bad.
I'm sorry, the dun, 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 that does not sound cool to me in any capacity. It sounds completely like show tunes. It sounds like you're supposed to be dancing, not marching. It sounds like somebody is dancing. Somebody has, even like the ringmaster is like leading something. You know, it doesn't sound like, oh yeah, look at we got to take this seriously. This is a serious song. So.
It doesn't sound serious. It doesn't sound bad, but it doesn't sound serious.
There's
not a single serious note to it.
Separate clowns from it. Like, how do you even do? Like, how do you do that? Like, I can't do it.
You can't do it.
All your knowledge of it is involving clowns. Of course, you can't do it. You're like,
no, but that's what I'm saying. It's like somebody's like, oh, it sounds good if you separate clowns from it. It's like, how do you do that?
That's impossible.
I mean,
it's like, oh man, the Dragon Force sounds really good if you separate the guitar from it. It's like, how?
Yeah.
What?
Point, yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, yeah, you can't at this point because I literally just found the day of the 5th, the 29th of March, 2024 is when I found out the purpose of this song. So my entire life, my 36 years of life, I thought this was literally a circus song. And I remember when the Clown World meme or whatever started propping up and people started using that song a lot, and there's a version on YouTube that has tens of millions of views, and I just assumed that's the original song, not a fucking marching band type of vibe. So this is fucking hilarious to me. They're like, oh, how come I'm surprised no one ever mentioned this to me before this, but all right, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I learned that. I think it was probably I was probably scrolling on TikTok and it caught my attention. It was one of the few things that's like, damn, this
is like one of those mystery ones. They're like, don't. Did you know that clowns are eating puppies? Also, look at this.
Also. Yeah, no, I think it was. Well, they do eat dogs. I've seen a clown eat a dog before. Like that's not like at least twice.
I've seen a clown fuck a dolphin until it popped, but like.
Damn.
Yeah.
It was mostly
at SeaWorld. That was at SeaWorld, right? At SeaWorld, they do have that clown that they let loose.
He can breathe underwater way longer than a human should be able to. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. Like, he's under there longer than the whales are. It's wild.
You know how, like, I've been doing, like,
anyway.
We've been doing all that gay shit, the gay cover shit and all this stuff. So in, I don't know, middle school or something, System of a Down's popping, and we were like, it was basically one of those things where it was like, well, how about semen of a clown? And it became like somebody drew like my friend drew like a really good picture because he's like a really good artist. So then there's just a clown holding semen in his hand, and that was like the cover art of the band, Semen of a Clown.
Like a jar of it, or like just
it was just dripping in his hand. He's just holding it in his hand, and it was dripping out of his hand. Like he just busted in his hand. Like he was fucking edging for a while. He was probably edging like all day, and then he just busted in his hand, and it was just dripping out of his hand. Which I could see a clown doing.
That's fucking great. Busting into the palm of your hand is such vile fucking.
It's so primitive feeling. It's so primitive feeling.
I don't know if I've ever
like
done that.
There's so many steps behind what a human should be.
I don't think I've ever came in my hand before.
I've never done that. I don't know. That's why
I was definitely not come in my hand before. There's no way. I've definitely come in my hand before.
Wait, Cake said. Hold on.
I've definitely beat my dick and like.
And then you just caught it,
and it got on my hand. I'm just like, I'm fucking.
It was like
that's not the same. That's not the same thing as holding your hand out.
Oh no! Like, can I have some more, sir? And then cum falls in my palms. No, I've never done that.
Can I have? You were doing Oliver Twist and beating off. You're doing it. Like, no, I'm not. Yeah.
I somehow was playing both roles.
Yeah.
I was playing both the fucking constable and the fucking Oliver Twist roles.
Yeah. You.
Oh man.
Man, have some more, sir. And I fucking plop in my own hands.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go,
So-
you little bugger.
So on the day that we're recording this, there is no real news. Tomorrow, which is going to be Thursday, there will be like a state of play. So there's probably going to be a bunch of new games and stuff that are talked about.
I forgot there was state of play.
Yeah, I'm not even going to be able to cover it on Sacred because they announced it today for tomorrow, and I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So like, okay, cool, thanks. I love it when they do that. It's really, really epic and cool. But maybe we'll probably talk about that next episode. But I forgot to mention at the top of the show. Although I guess we're only 16 minutes in, so it's not that big of a deal. Next, the upload schedule for main episodes will be impeded slightly. There's one episode that's going to be missing because Derek is going to be officially moving. He's going to be transporting all of his belongings, and Derek edits the show. So and he has access to all the back end stuff. So like that's kind of like he's kind of like our Achilles heel in that he's very important. So Friday's episode is not going to be recorded. We're going to pick things up back on Monday. There will still be extra ammos and stuff. I'll probably even do a solo one just to make up for extra stuff. But I do want to make that clear before, and there'll be a post on the Patreon talking about all this too. But I just want everybody to be aware of that so they're not confused about like, where is everything? We're in the motions of getting things set up over here. I've made some purchases for the office already that should be arriving in the next 2 days or something. I'm going to build the space up. As we figure that process out, though, give us your feedback because we are going to be fucking with stuff. We're going to be changing stuff. We're going to be fucking with the setup and all that nonsense. So feel free to let us know. Patreon.com/SnarkTank. All that jazz. SnarkTank.shop for merchandise. Get yourself a nice little gay shirt so you can get bullied.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people have worn that scumbag shirt and just completely bewildered people with it.
That's my face.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That's my fucking face, bro.
I love that.
What is wrong with that guy? I look like I have like severe special needs in that image, bro.
The thing about that picture though is that like I love that picture because it doesn't look like you.
Exactly. That's why it's so fucking wild. It looks like someone attempting to draw me from memory that heard about me. Not ever saw me. They just heard about me.
Heard about you.
All right, yeah, I guess I could do it.
Yeah, so that's
draw
good.
this guy a little loopy.
Oh, by the way, people, if you could, because a lot of you have been tagging, which is awesome, but also like say on Twitter or Instagram, wherever, send us your shit because I want to at some point, I want to collage this shit. I want to display you beautiful people and kind of show everybody, do some proper promos for our shop, things that businesses are supposed to do that we just don't do. And it would be really cool. And then you guys can see your ugly ass faces on some post or something. But yeah.
we would like real fans with them because I thought about like ordering like a bunch of them and then just like modeling them. But it's like I don't know. It feels I guess maybe that's cool, but like I don't know. It feels there's something about it that feels very strange, but. Yeah, so do all that. There was something. Oh my god, there was something I wanted to. Oh god damn it, that reminded me of something, and then I lost it. Oh damn it, I hate it when this happens. I feel like I'm going senile immediately.
I did that last night before I went to bed.
It's all gone.
I completely forgot what I was going to do. I was upset and I just went to bed because you do feel like you're going crazy. You just feel like you're like, I'm too young to be doing this.
It's really disheartening. It's really disheartening how flawed the brain is, and knowing that like we're just kind of stuck within it. Like I really don't like you have every single memory that you've ever accumulated. Like you have it. Like it's there. You just can't access it whenever you want.
There's a swing, there's a pool of them, and then you grab some for the day, and you take those with you. But you usually grab the ones you use the most, and the other ones you just leave in there. So like they're all in here, but you gotta. It's like catching fish. It's like you're probably not gonna catch the right one sometimes.
It's
fucking terrible, dude.
Yeah, we gotta start taking that Joe Rogan stuff,
but
like alpha something or brain shit or something.
Oh yeah, we gotta take alpha brain. We gotta make sure alpha brain. We gotta make sure we take our brain supplements.
Yeah, that's what's missing.
So that way we don't. That's what's missing.
Yeah,
ivermectin. We gotta take some ivermectin too. I've been hearing like really glowing reviews about that. It'll help with my worms too, because I do have worms. I have a worm issue. I don't know if you guys have a worm issue, but like every time I wake up, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I will sometimes catch them like wiggling around in my bed. Do you ever have this issue, Kingston?
No. When I wake up, I'm covered in sweat, cum, and piss. So there's nothing near me. It's just my sweat, cum, and piss. I buy a new bed every other day.
You don't have a worm problem? Can you imagine moving? So Derek was just looking for places. Derek was just looking for places, and he talked like one of the last episodes about like walking into an apartment and they just didn't even bother to hide the roach problem. How would you feel if like you walked into an apartment, they were selling this to you, and it had a worm problem, and you could see the worms coming up from the floor, from like the laminate flooring or like the linoleum or the carpet or whatever.
Regular earthworms?
They're just digging their way up through.
Are we talking about like
just like normal? I mean, they're not regular. They're not regular if they're eating through carpet to pop up in your house.
That's true.
But for all intents and purposes, yes.
I mean, I think it's not as bad as roaches.
You can hear them coming up, and they're bending the floorboards.
You hear
no,
like
they're
cracking.
Aggressive. They're bending the floorboards.
You hear a little.
You're like, what is doing that? You got worms. Sorry, man.
I mean, obviously, you don't take the place. It's not, to me, it's not as disgusting as roaches, but you're still not taking a worm.
What if it's like $14 a month? What if it's like $14 a month, but there's a lot of worms?
$14 a month, I'd take it because I would just use the rent that I was going to pay for a normal apartment to just have all the worms exterminated. As long as they can be exterminated.
What if they exterminate the worms? What if they exterminate the worms and then it doubles the amount of worms? Like you're like, I got it. They got them. And then you come back the next day and the worm problem has gotten worse.
Yeah, like you can't even see your floor anymore. It's just worms. The floor just looks like it's moving.
It's just writhing.
It's just moving. It looks like a tongue. Looks like a fucking tongue. It's just a bunch of pink on the floor. You're like, When
was the last time, earnestly, that you saw a worm?
I see worms every time it rains over here because there's like grass.
Yeah, sometime when I was last in Cali.
So I see worms.
Yeah, but like
there are no worms over here.
But like up close, I mean.
They can't make it over there.
You picked one up and you put it in your hand and like stared at it or something? What do you mean up close?
Yeah, exactly. Like you got up like super close to it and just watched it worm around.
I never do that. I've never been fascinated with watching.
I've never touched a worm like that because I'm not a fucking.
No,
I'm not a beast. That's why I'm
worms
not a
are
fucking.
boring as shit.
I don't believe that at all. They're boring because we're adults and they're worms. But like when you're a kid, you're fascinated by that stuff. I remember like some kid. I remember this kid in our school. Was his name Dakota? No, it wasn't Dakota. It was somebody else.
Fanning.
I was in like third grade, I think. And I remember sitting in the cafeteria and he was like, look, a worm. And it's like, what? He picked it up. He dropped it on my fucking food. And I was like, you're an asshole But then also, like, I was transfixed by it. I was like staring at it. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Because I don't think I had ever seen I don't think I'd ever seen or registered a worm before. I just knew what they were from like cartoons and like fucking, I don't know, the game.
I definitely I definitely eaten worms before. When I was very small, I didn't know between regular worms and gummy worms.
Fuck,
that's crazy.
I was very small. I was very,
you were
very,
that
very
kid?
small.
Fuck
you were that
you
kid?
for it. Okay, first of all,
I was very small.
That's disgusting.
for insinuating that I'm insane for simply looking at a worm as somebody who has eaten them before is so egregious.
Well,
that is such an egregious.
I ate them, I realized I was a beast for doing it, and then I became a human again.
No, you don't have to realize you're a beast. You just know that intrinsically when you're picking up a worm and about to eat it. You know before that you're a beast.
Well, no, when you're little, and I've had gummy worms, and I didn't know that there was a difference. I thought you could eat worms.
That's so crazy. That's like that is
no. It's just I didn't know there was a difference. I was little.
Real. There's no way this is real.
It's still dumb. Don't get me wrong, because other kids don't do it. It's a dumb thing.
Look, if you're old
I'm
enough,
not defending the stupidness.
If you're old
but
enough to eat gummy worms, means you have teeth, right? You have teeth to eat, chew them because you probably you'd probably possibly choke on a gummy worm just trying to swallow them without fucking chewing them. So I'm assuming you have teeth, which means you're old enough to know better.
I was like 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah, so you should know better. The worm moves and the fucking gummy worm does not move. It was
stupid. Guys,
and also this is.
I'm not defending.
Kingston,
I'm not defending the action. It's fucking dumb.
It's not that you're defending it. It's not that you're defending it. It's the indignancy that you showed when I just simply mentioned.
Oh no, of course, because we're critiquing you. You're under the microscope. Now I'm under the microscope. I'm taking my hits. But you got to take yours. You see,
there is no comparison between looking at a
worm
and eating it.
And you were like letting it go through your hands. You were like, "Wow, I like these," and I would have been I would have walked up to your table, took it off your hand, and ate it.
Well, I didn't pick it up. I was just like looking at it. Like,
oh man!
Like I remember like staring at I just remember being a kid and like staring at bugs too. Just enjoy, like I remember there was like this big anthill like outside of our school that I would like. I remember just seeing it's like, what the fuck? That's a lot of ants. What the fuck? What the fuck? And I was like fascinated by it.
I hated them,
but exactly once because once you've seen it, you're like, all right.
For me, I liked caterpillars. I like how they got to the top of things and like roared.
Yeah, we had the.
They were like go to the top of flowers and like. And I'm like, why do they do that? Why do they all do that?
That is.
Yeah, we had fuzzy.
I love that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Fuzzy black ones. The fuzzy black caterpillars were awesome. Those are one bug that I would fuck with, like because they're just They look like they had ones. They look like a beard.
I like caterpillars in general. They're interesting looking.
Yeah.
They're like lumpy worm centipedes. Yeah. But they're not as gross as either things that it's components of. It's like, oh, I respect you. You become a butterfly. Butterflies are kind of beautiful. Yeah. I respect you. I won't kill you.
I don't really care that it becomes a butterfly. Like that's like I actually think butterflies are more disgusting than caterpillars are. But
really?
Yeah, I mean from at close up, yeah. I think if you get close up to a caterpillar, it's cuter than a butterfly is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true, but not.
I think
I feel like that's just a SpongeBob thing, bro. Like, who's like butterflies hardly stay still. Usually, people see them flying around. So who the fuck was like actually observing them up
that's
close
what I'm saying.
But I feel like that's just a fucking.
I've definitely gone to like
thing. That's like a SpongeBob bit that like made you think that.
No. It's not a SpongeBob thing.
It totally is.
It probably is a Well, no, I just don't like flying.
You don't know. You don't know anymore.
I don't know, really. I don't know, to be honest. But I know I don't like flying insects. Like, I don't like them at all. I don't like them.
That is so beautiful.
They got great wings.
There's so many beautiful butterflies, man. I've seen like I went to the thing in Seattle, that like rainforest cafe place.
Yeah.
And like I walked in there and fucked the butterfly. I tried to. They're too quick. They're not too quick. They're too tiny and quick.
Yeah,
like they're a combination of the two. Or like I'm just like jumping around like a beast, and I'm like, oh, I can't get any. And my dick is hard as shit.
You're just hard as shit. You're like one of my game mods, and you're just trying to fucking.
The idea of Kingston either at like the Bronx Zoo or the fucking botanical garden in the butterfly exhibit, the big butterfly greenhouse, naked with a fucking erection, hopping around like a fucking King Kong trying to fuck a butterfly, and frustratingly, I can't get them.
So like with my hands on the ground and then grabbing and climbing up.
He's so upset.
What the fuck is going on?
Pounding.
You're slamming your hands. You're slamming your hands on the. You're jumping up and slamming your hands on the ground, but like they're delayed. It's like one hand clearly goes first, and then the other one. It's just a really like.
Like I'm way too agile. I'm like at a point where like I just passed the peak of human agility. So they're just like, he's moving around here a little too quick and he's climbing too fast.
You hear over the intercom.
Horny,
you hear
bro.
like we've got Kingston and the butterfly exhibit trying to fuck the butterflies again. Over. Can we get some security detail?
Remember, he is bulletproof. It's no point using guns. Try to calm him down with words and honey.
Bring him the chicken and rice. Bring the chicken and rice. Chicken and rice. See the chicken and rice? Like, ooh. Like that, your boner starts to go down a little bit.
Chicken and rice? Are there mixed vegetables? Yes.
Oh, I forgot the mixed vegetables.
And then you
I'm back. The vegetables aren't mixed. It's just corn. These aren't mixed. It's just corn.
You know that scene in you know that scene in fucking never mind. I think I don't know, man. That's a really upsetting fucking.
No, but butterflies are beautiful, man. I feel like they're pretty little animals.
I love that ribbon at the end of that. Yeah, no, but butterflies are
beautiful. Like you were just the Hulk. You just turned back into regular.
I'm back. I gotta snap out of it.
You're Bruce now. You're just like,
no. I think saying butterflies are beautiful is a little bit more like I don't know. Like, their wings are beautiful.
I mean, the more literal thing is, yes, butterflies have beautiful wings. That is the more literal thing to say.
Bugs
yes,
aren't beautiful though.
But they are inherently
so it has
pretty
to be
creatures.
like
they are
something
because of their wings.
Their coating, something. Because like if you look at all bugs, they're all creepy.
Yeah,
like they're all creepy.
I really don't like the fuzzy black caterpillars. Actually, no. I'm looking at caterpillars on the internet right now, and like honestly, the fuzzy black ones kind of freak me out.
They look like beards. I guess probably because they look like almost like a black man's hair. I think I like a beard or pubes or something. Like it's just I like them.
Yeah, they look like I don't like that I can't quite tell. Although to be fair, like I don't know, what are those big ass well they're not always big, I guess, but like the really fuzzy moths. I've seen a moth
that shit creeps me out.
That's like
dude.
super fucking fuzzy and like. Oh really?
I don't like moths.
Why would you? Why? They're literally they're cuter than butterflies.
No, they're not.
They eat my fucking clothes.
That's insane.
The beauty of a butterfly comes from the beautiful patterns on their wings.
Yeah,
moths patterns are usually like very draw colors. Like they're that's like not as pretty colored. Like butterflies are like very bright colored wings.
But they're so fucking majestic.
What?
Only Mothra.
Are you seeing? Do you know what a moth? Do you not know what a moth looks like?
Moths are not really. They're like.
I'm not. Okay, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Let me make sure. I'm not talking about like the moths back where we're from, Kingston. The ones that are just fucking bugs. I'm talking about the ones that look like fucking the dragon from fucking Neverending Story, and you're like, what the? How is this real?
Moths?
How is this a real?
There's a handful of moths that look cool. Yeah, there's a handful of moths that look cool as shit.
Here you go. I'll put one in the chat
out.
so you know what I'm talking about. Here you go.
The fuzzy ones are
these kind of creepy. You're thinking of like Mothra, I think. Mothra.
No. I put one in the chat.
That doesn't. That looks so. That looks like it's not like offensive looking, but that
doesn't look real. That looks like a Destiny thing. You know what I mean?
It definitely looks like a fucking thing you would see like in a fucking space video game. Yeah. 100%, but like that's not beautiful.
I really think if you see them in motion and you see them move, you'll change because they move like mammals. It's really fucking weird. Like the way they move is like the way that fucking cats and dogs move. It's fucking strange. Like they'll like wipe their faces and stuff, and it's like, yo, this is bizarre. Seeing a fucking tiny bug act
bugs
this way.
Do that? Like, don't fucking flies do that? They're like disgusting. They're like fucking. shit, like, and it's like
right,
the most
but they're
disgusting
like
thing ever.
they're not fuzzy, so it's like gross.
Flies are the most like
I know, but like that's the thing. It's like it literally is the.
God, I hate flies, man.
You think flies are the most disgusting?
I just
flies are gross.
Just because of what their
just
nature,
that-
what they do. They love like if a fly lands on you, you probably have every fucking like bacteria on you in that little piece, little speck on you because all of the disgusting shit they land on. I'm just like, oh man, this fucking this thing. Get away from me, please.
Aren't they the cleanest animal though?
Yeah, they're as clean as a dog's mouth. They're so they
I heard
say.
some freak say that to me. Some freak made that. I remember hearing that once. I remember it's just like flies are actually the cleanest. They're actually the cleanest animal because they exist to clean, and it's like that's not how that works at all. It's like that's not how anything works. Really.
They clean, but they're not clean themselves.
That's not even
how soap works.
Like, how are you clean?
Yeah, exactly.
Please tell me.
You should have open hand slapped him in the mouth. You should have open palm slapped him in the fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Grossest insects.
Sure.
I don't think flies are the grossest insects. I think
There's
probably.
There's literally dung beetles and
There's
shit,
ones
man.
that look worse, for
I
sure.
think,
But
I think probably like
there's just abundance of them. Whenever there's death around, they
bot flies
party.
Are pretty.
They fucking party when something dies, man. It's disgusting. It's like you see a carcass and then fucking the flies are all just having a great time, and I'm like, bro, dude, you're dancing on death. It's gross.
Yay!
They're fucking and laying eggs and shit. Like that's disgusting.
I love dancing in poop.
But yeah,
I think I just really hate insects. Like I really don't.
Yeah,
I don't fuck with insects at all.
I think
I
there's
like
a
things that are beetle related. Like beetle related, I like
beetles
stuff.
look cool. Like a scarab. I used to be obsessed with scarabs I used to be obsessed with like old Egyptian shit. Like and then I got then when I was I got older and I'm like, wait a minute, these guys aren't sub-Saharan. Fuck them. I don't care about these niggas anymore. I don't care about these fucking North African these motherfuckers. Yeah, I was like, when I was younger, it was like, oh,
you said they aren't or they are. You said they aren't or they are.
They aren't. Like, because Egypt is fucking like that is the not
some of them are. Some of them have the genetics.
Of course, some of them are. But
have
like,
the genetics.
It would be, but you know what I mean. Like, say if the North African
the vast majority of what you
population
learned about, I don't think they were sub-Saharan by that moment.
No, I don't like it. It was a thing that like that
they weren't anymore.
That was what I was at least taught back in the day, because I wasn't learning like actual history. It was just, biblical shit or whatever. And then you're just like, oh, that's cool. And then I'm like, I saw Prince of Egypt and I'm like,
there are people and they did these cool things. Yeah.
Yeah, them niggas don't look like me. What is this? I don't like this.
Well, I mean, the Egyptians were obviously the Egyptians were obviously white people.
Yeah, there was just it was like John Smith.
Like it's
they changed the names later to not be disrespectful.
I think this was their land before, crazy that they went there.
Yeah, Cleopatra's actual original name was Cletus, but they changed
Cletus Patria.
Cletus Patrick.
The idea of old Europeans going there, being like, this is a really impressive thing. Aliens have done this. They saw broad noses and they were like, destroy it. I think that is crazy. They were like, destroy it all.
Yeah,
the monkeys couldn't have done this. Destroy it.
These dark.
It is wild that they like. See the thing about so here's the thing that I'm experiencing. So I have friends. I have a friend whose friend just traveled across the country.
Yeah.
And happened to stop out at Mount Rushmore.
Oh my God.
By the way, they happened to stop at Mount Rushmore. They took a picture. It's fucking tiny, man. It's tiny, dude. And now I'm like, I'm really like, how big is the Sphinx? Really? Is the Sphinx like 20 feet wide?
I have no fucking clue.
The Sphinx is those are particularly big. The Sphinx and the pyramids are particularly large.
The pyramids are definitely fucking big.
Yeah, well,
granted, you've seen buildings bigger than them. You're from New York. You've seen bigger buildings.
Of course. But like, yeah, I mean, the pyramid is. But
so
the pyramid's
your
not
scale's
really
going to be fucked up.
The pyramid I expect to be big, but also like it's not. I don't know. I think people really overstate the like. It's blocks in a triangle. Like I really don't. I don't. Whatever. Like it's not really that impressive.
It was hard. It's hard to build. It would still not be easy to build now. It was hard to build.
Well, the way that they were built,
I could build a pyramid out of Popeye's boxes.
Chris, you couldn't build a fire with the utensils needed to make a fire.
Somebody killed this guy.
If you were explained to do it, you might not be able to do it. You're not building a fucking Sphinx, dude. Because people now are like, it would not be very easy.
No. I never said I could build
even currently.
No, hold on. I never said I could build a Sphinx. I'm not a sculptor. I don't know how to make a face. I could build the pyramids easy.
Easy. Give me 35, 45 minutes. I can build a pyramid.
No, it would take like a few days. It would take probably like, I don't know, maybe like a week.
Yeah, I was going to give you 6.
You'd fuck around and do it too, and I'd be so mad. I'd be like, how the fuck did you do this?
Change history. Everyone's
Did you sleep? Yeah, I slept 8 hours every night. It's like, how?
I overslept most days.
Yeah, man, I was late. I was like, oh, man, let me get up here.
You see, the problem with nobody
That's your
actually...
power. Chris realizes he has powers. He's really good at building fucking pyramids.
You see what happened? Nobody actually ever attempted to recreate them. All of them were just talking shit. Like, God, nobody can do this too hard. No one actually just straight up just tried to do it. And then Chris just did it. He's like, what are you talking about? This is fucking...
Yeah,
Chris the first person.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm going to do it.
There's a grand conspiracy there where I really feel like it's just like, oh, no one can do it. But if somebody were to come to the government and be like, yo, can I build a pyramid? They'd be like, no, there's zoning laws. You can't do that. Or like, there's no property to do. You can't do it on somebody else's property. Like, no one's allowed to do it. So no one can. So yeah, people can't do it because no one's been allowed to. There's no room. And in fact, we did do it because we have a fucking pyramid hotel, by the way, which is way more impressive than the fucking pyramid, quite frankly. Like, I mean, it's a glass hotel. I mean, like, come on. Like, show me one glass Egyptian hotel. You can't do it. So.
Yeah, they had all that sand too.
And by the way, Mind Freak himself, Chris Angel, floated above it. They had all the glass in the world at their disposal in Egypt with all that fucking sand. They could have easily made a glass pyramid.
They had so much pre-glass, and they didn't make anything with it. Fucking
they didn't do anything. Fucking losers.
That pictures, those pictures, by the way, of the pyramids, where like you could see. That was probably, I think, yeah, like where you see like there's like a street with like a Denny's, and it's like maybe like 4 blocks away from the pyramids, and that's where like the city starts. That might be one of the most disheartening images I think I've ever seen. Like as like when I was a kid becoming an adult, baby. that was one of the Wizard of Oz what is it, curtain peel back moments where I was like, oh man, that's so much less interesting than I initially thought it was. Because it's just surrounded, like, oh, there's a Denny's across the street from the fucking pyramids. It's insane. But
you feel betrayed.
Alas. Yeah,
because
they always take pictures from like one angle. It's like you never see the other side of Mount Rushmore where you can see. You never see the other side of Mount Rushmore where you can see their testicles hanging out from underneath their assholes.
You see their ass cheeks
and
their balls.
Cocks and fucking.
See, that's amazing.
Abe Lincoln's hung like a fucking monster. His dick looks more horse-like than human-like. It's crazy. Yeah. It's like, what is that?
That would be so fucking amazing if there really was another side to that mountain. Oh my god!
And if it was actually that, I would want to see. I wouldn't give a fuck about the heads. I want to go see their fucking ass, their fucking cocks and their asses. That's way more funny. That's way more interesting.
Why?
Like, yo, somebody actually did this. Somebody worked on this. Someone spent a lot of time to fucking sculpt this shit. That's way more impressive than some boring ass fucking heads. Like, oh,
someone worked.
Big fucking deal.
Someone
they give
worked.
Him a curve too.
Yeah.
Someone spent 30 years crafting all of that with a team of skilled engineers. They went from their 30s into their 60s building that.
and they died before. And they died before it was finished too.
They died before it was finished. Clearly, yeah, as most people did back then. Man,
yeah,
it's a world out there.
Shout out!
Anyway,
shout out!
I don't
to
know what the fuck we're talking about.
Dead people.
Should we move on to? Yeah, shout out to dead people. You want to get into the questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's get into we're digging in. We're digging in. Okay? We've picked up until now we've picked all of the what I consider to be the best ones. And now we're going for the ones that we missed, that we didn't get. All right. So here's one. All right, here's one. Damian Sawyers wrote in. He says, would you guys ever want to get Justin Wang on the show? I think he'd be a great guest and would fit perfectly in the roster of guests you guys have had so far.
Yeah, for sure. I knew he'd be a great guest. I've asked him before, but he's often busy. Like, every time I talk to him, he's like, yeah, I'm about to go on tour. I'm about to do some random shit. Or
yeah,
like,
he's
I'm
a busy fella.
Myself. He's always doing some shit.
He's researching.
Yeah, I think
like
he hit me up
somebody
like once when I was in New York.
Balls getting crushed,
but I couldn't.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but for sure, yeah, we'll definitely. That's not something that's like out of the possibility. It's really just a matter of like anybody that you can think of. It's really a matter of like scheduling. That's really it. Like,
and Wang, what's the age he is? If you know that, I didn't know the age he was. I thought he was way younger. But he is.
How old is he?
He looks young. He's like a little older than Derek.
Yeah, he's probably like either 40 or
that makes
40.
sense.
Something like that.
I had no clue he was anywhere near close to that age at all.
Man.
I was like, what?
It's because the shit he
Genetics,
talks about
baby.
in shares is so fucking delinquent.
That is true.
Well, he has, to me, it
Very,
actually
very
makes
true.
sense when you think about it, because like the stuff that he usually talks about is from his time on the internet, where he was just a little bit older, so he knew all about all of that, like rotten doc, like he knew way more about it than like say even myself. Or there's so many things that I'm like, God, he has so much knowledge on some of the most fucked up things imaginable. And yeah, that was that age of the internet, right? Because my brother was close. He's close to my brother's age, and so my brother showed me some of that bullshit. But you know, anyway, I just want to say about getting people on the show. We start doing it in person. Is it just from there on out? It would have to be if he was in the area, right? Or if we, how would we do getting somebody on the show? I mean, I guess we could still do that because I've seen people do that before, remotely.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would. I would like it to be. I would like it to be in person, but also like, if we had a guest that just simply couldn't do it,
yeah,
then I mean, we could always just do this again. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Oh, right.
It's not really that crazy.
Like a one-off.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
LA, dude. There are creators in LA all the fucking time, bro. We're in LA. Yeah. It's fine.
But I would generally prefer if we were doing a show to get people in person. Like if somebody's like in town, I would imagine that VidCon around that time would be a pretty busy time.
We'd have to stagger like things like that.
No, for sure. Yeah, that
that's
would be
fine.
good.
Like,
do
whatever.
That.
That's not a big deal.
Absolutely. We'll do that. Yeah.
All right.
Stagger.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay. Currently getting some sloppy dome from Gollum wrote in. Says, hello, you filthy fucks. What is the gayest hobby a man can have? I'm thinking horse riding. Let the discussion begin. P.S. Hearing Sween read out the credits made me want to rip my eyes out my ass. God bless.
You should do it.
Pretty good.
You should do it next time. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Do it.
So do you push them in first to get them closer to your ass, or do you just reach up into your ass?
No, just do it.
Grab your eyes?
No, don't worry, Derek. Just do it. Do it. Send us a video. Just do it. Send us a video. We'll post it.
Okay.
We'll put it on here. We'll make it the intro. Do it.
That's nuts.
Go ahead, bud. Do it. Don't be afraid. Do it, man. We got you. You get your stardom, bro.
This question actually made me think of something. This question made me think of like, and it's funny because it's a topic that I had thought up. I put it in the text chat recently, just as like an idea of like a springboard in case we ran out of stuff to talk about. But the idea of like, what is the gayest straight thing and the straightest gay thing is kind of like
the straightest
what this
gay
reminds
thing
me
is
of.
bodybuilding. It's bodybuilding. bodybuilding is extremely gay.
Right.
It's respectable. Like, it's nothing wrong with it, but it is by nature very gay.
Especially, if you build a community and then you start posing with all these big fucking sweaty men, it looks very gay porn.
And then the reason, and it's respectable even too, because everybody's doing it just to better themselves, and everyone, like, in a place that you would normally be around people that are bodybuilding, everyone is just simply there to help everybody else do better.
There's no downside
when
to
you go to like a gym, and if you're like an overweight guy, people are just trying to help you get your reps up. Like, hey, it'll teach you form. People get offended easily there sometimes because people are like, it's a vanity thing to a degree.
Yeah, it is very vain. Yeah, like the bodybuilding stuff is very vain because a lot of that muscle is pretty fucking useless.
It's not operational muscle at all. It's just like, I'm huge. I look good. It makes me feel better about myself.
And hey, man, you earned it. So I don't think
up for debate.
I feel like you know how there's like everybody has a moment to gloat about something if you put in the work. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, it's like that. You put in the work. So it's like somebody, like those motherfuckers that will, I beat a Soulsborne game without getting hit. And it's like, damn, that's insane. Like, here's your flowers. Or here's time for you to, like, motherfucker that spends hours and does thousands of reps. I'll give you your flowers too. I'm like, you did a lot to achieve that. So even if it's not my thing, I can still appreciate it. I mean, well, the bodybuilding thing is my thing.
Sure, dude. Like,
I'm just lazy. I'm lazy as fuck. So I do want to be jacked.
Every person that like really bodybuilds, they're super kind, super sweet, but it's a vanity thing. It is a vanity thing, and then the vanity thing turns into a dysmorphia thing really fast. Unfortunately for them as well, because everyone I know that does that shit has very, very bad body dysmorphia that like really works out. Like when they
can't really
like
get to that level without having it. Yeah, without having it in the first place, you can't really get to that level.
Yeah, so they get like really, really bad as well. Because like even our friend Joe, I've spoken to him about it. Like I had like a real conversation about it with him because Joe works out forever. And now he doesn't do it anymore for size. He does it for functionality. He's just about just having a stronger and healthier body now. Because before, obviously when you're younger, you just want to be swole. So now he's like, I want to be as healthy as I can be. And like, that's why he isn't as wide or as buffed up as he is anymore. And he's like, dude, yeah, it gets bad sometimes. Because I see my body compared to all the people that don't even look real. And it just fucks with my mind. And then like after a set, like after I deflate, I look in the mirror and I feel crazy. And it's fucking wild. But it's like, that's gay.
It's very gay.
What are you talking about?
It's very gay. You're just talking about gay men doing
just
gay
being
stuff.
Bodybuilding.
Straight men doing gay things. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah.
And then what's the...
Right.
You know what?
What's the straightest gay thing? Oh, dancing, I think. I think being like a professional dancer is the straightest gay thing. The gayest straight thing.
The gayest. Wait. Because you did. Yeah, that works. But
because I know ballerinas that'll beat the fuck out of other people. They would pick them up and slam them on their fucking necks.
Sure.
And they're built like a little bit bigger than Chris.
But
they would breaks off of somebody.
And they would pirouette over you.
Literally
crazy.
I would say some strong niggas.
Something that like kind of answering that guy's question, what just seems the least masculine thing that you could do is probably knitting, because that has always just been historically like a grandma thing, like kind of like just in like society, like as a trope. So like if you see like a grown ass man like with a beard and shit sitting down, he's like crocheting or whatever the fuck, you'd like, it's just, it comes off looking like, look at this pussy. But obviously as we go forward in society, none of that shit matters, right? It's like people are just doing whatever.
That's what wild men do, and I feel like wild men are very masculine.
Wild men?
Well, knitting is just a useful skill.
Like motherfuckers that like.
This is genuinely a useful skill.
Like beastmen, men that live on the fucking.
Oh, you mean like
they live on the world? Like the motherfuckers that like.
Yeah,
out there,
like
motherfuckers.
They gotta, like,
I know I sound
shit.
stupid saying this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like off the reservation people, like they knit and like crochet, like they fucking gather berries and like mix little tonics.
Yeah.
But they would fuck people up. They would just kill them.
Yeah, I always find
they would have their pet wolf dog like whistle 2 times and it would trap them.
I always find that dynamic crazy where,
Right.
like, women belong in the kitchen. Women are fucking cooking all the time and shit, right? But then, like, you know, they're professional male chefs, and then those survival dudes, they're all cooking all their own food. So then it's like, how does this come about when, like, men have always cooked? You know, like, you're the mess sergeants and the people, like, it's all men in the kitchen in the army and shit like that. It's not women cooking and shit. So it was a weird thing how that even happened.
Can I make a comment about that? Can I make a weird comment about that? Like, I always thought it was weird, right? Because it'd be like, oh, women are naturally more passive and all that stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But then you look at, like, females, mammals particularly, often the ones that go out there and get the shit done are the females. They're the ones that murder things and then bring it back. The men are the ones that are stronger and big and, like, they're, like, fight off other dudes. But the women's go slaughter and then, like, here's the food.
That's what I want,
You
bro.
bring the food back. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, it's animal per animal, I guess. Right?
Sure.
It's not really
most
like
predatory mammals, females hunt.
but not primates, which is what we are.
I feel like they all get their food there. I feel like primates, everybody gets their food.
I have no idea.
It isn't really like a male or woman thing for primates. They just get food.
Kind of. Well, I mean, you're not necessarily wrong, but it's also, I mean, it's very, like, there's a lot of
They
documentation
also don't really
of, like,
hunt.
just, well,
They're not hunting animals, really, primates.
What are you talking about? Well, they hunt each
Primates
other.
don't really hunt.
primates.
Yeah,
primates
they'll kill each other. That's true.
They will fuck each other up. But
That monkey going wild on that other monkey. The ape going wild on that.
The video of that chimp throwing another chimp is one of the craziest fucking videos.
Have you seen the
I think
video
I've
of the chimp slamming that other freaking monkey into the ground at, like, sped up rate over and over and over and over again?
no.
I've not seen that. No.
The skin came off of it. Like, its skin was coming off the monkey because it slammed it into the floor so many times. And I was
that
like,
can't be real.
Whoa.
That's not real.
I swear. It's a real video.
Nah,
it's
man,
insane.
you're pretending. You're inventing that.
Yeah, there's no such
All right,
thing
bro.
as a chimp.
I remember
Chimps
watching it and be like,
there's
I
no-
don't like. I watched it and I laughed for a little bit, and then it got not funny anymore. And I was like, this is not funny. I don't want to look at this anymore. And I turned it off.
There are no chimps. Whatever, dude. That's not a thing.
But yeah, there are no
There's
chimps.
no Warren Bossing say, bro. There is no Warren Bossing say. You should walk
That's what I
away.
felt. I almost posted. What is it? Because there was that video, or not the video. There was, like, some article of of Joe Biden saying there's no genocide in Gaza, and I almost just replied. I almost, like, quote tweeted it with just that girl's face from Avatar, where she's like, "There is no war in Bossing Say." Because, like, what a fucking insane. Like, it's so crazy.
What a load of shit, dude. What a
Yeah.
fuck.
It's dude,
He's
Anyway.
fine, bro. He's sleeping at night, bro.
just real quick before we move on. I was
Well,
laughing.
he's
'cause-
sleeping at night because he can't stay awake.
Okay, so he can't-
Go on, Derek.
No, I was just like with what you're saying. I was like, this is so wild, but then like him saying that, and then I've just been obsessively watching World War II stuff and watching the propaganda around the war at that time, and I was like, well, I'm like, why am I even saying it's literally exactly the same? It is like nothing has changed at all. The propaganda, like even when, like, say I was just watching the firestorm that happened in Germany. I forget which city. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but like a bunch of people, the propaganda was saying, oh, 200,000 people were killed, but it was more like, you know, tens of thousands. But the whole thing was the Americans were downplaying the fuck out of it. It was like it's literally the same thing where Churchill's like, fucking Churchill's like, fucking, that was all good. Nothing really
What's
happened.
that video
It
of?
wasn't that bad.
What's that video of George Lucas where he's like, it's like history. It rhymes. It rhymes. It's like history. It's like a poem. It's like lyrics.
It's like, did somebody bash a
It's
fucking
hilarious,
chair over his
son.
head after he said that? Just put him out of fucking commission so they can actually.
Yeah, no, he did, and he used the force, and he used the force to stop it.
Ow!
Stop
Stop
has
hitting
the
me with that
force.
chair. Stop it.
Ow.
Hey, dude. The trilogy's pretty good, man. Leave it alone. And the prequels too.
The idea of some guy hitting him over the head with a fucking computer chair, with like one of those with like the fucking
like one of the freaking like a gamer chair, like a heavy duty one, and
like
it
a really
shatters
heavy chair,
over him.
and he just goes, ow, ow.
No, it's one hit.
Stop
It's
it.
one hit, but it breaks. It breaks the entire chair, and he
breaks
just
like it's
falls
wood.
down.
The chair, every part of the chair, with the exception of like maybe the part that someone's holding on to hit it with, combusts into dust. Basically, like it's all. It might as well be fiberglass. How fine the fragments of that chair have become.
Yeah.
And the fabric as well also bursts into dust. It's just like, ow, why have you hit me? I don't know. I'm a
looks back slightly.
now. That hurts.
Slightly annoyed. It's like,
He's like, what the fuck? He's fine, bro. There's no way he should be awake. He doesn't even get up to do anything back. He just looks back at him and is like, what is your fucking deal, man?
And then he runs and ties the person who hit him. He ties the person who hit him up to his car and drives real fast and drags him down the street. And he's like, it's just like what happened to Mussolini. It's like history. It rhymes. It's
like history.
He's
going at least 175 miles per hour. He's driving so fast.
He's
It's
going around.
crazy.
He's redlining. He's so redlining. Like,
George Lucas running around recreating famous historical assassinations
murders, bro.
and atrocities just so he can say to himself as he's committing it, it's like history, it rhymes. It's like a song or a poem, it rhymes. And he's dragging some guy down the street like Mussolini, bouncing him off of mailboxes and fucking pine trees and shit. It's fucking crazy.
Just bumping him, dumping him, boinking him in the head. He hits a mailbox,
man.
you see a splatter, and then he gets pulled off like a cartoon. He gets like windshield wiped off, and then dragged some more.
That'll teach you to disrespect that'll teach you to disrespect me.
yeah.
The world around him zooming, and he's just
the little yeah.
Yeah.
Man, maybe I shouldn't have sold it to Disney. Yeah.
I love George.
I like Anakin the way he was.
This version of him. I love this. I like. That's a good character.
It's a great version.
Is he a sociopath, or is he just kind of really? He's just really over it.
He's just really obsessed with patterns and creating them. He runs into an American nuclear facility and just like completely like slaps his hands all over the keyboard. It's like Chernobyl. It rhymes. It's like, George Lucas, get out of here! Get out of here,
George! Stop, George!
He bursts through the vents.
He presses everything he shouldn't. He presses like he knows. You guys remember the episode of SpongeBob? Is there an episode of SpongeBob when he came through the wall?
He came through the wall. I was just thinking that. I was just fucking thinking that.
The idea of that.
Just all the buttons.
That's not walking, though. That's not walking. That's moving yourself forward to be able to do. Because the idea is like his feet. You got to look at his feet, right? If you look at his feet.
Oh yeah, because they're not.
His feet are right stationary where they are. So that means that he just willed himself forward through it.
Mr. Lucas, stop,
Like,
please.
what
Wait.
Wait. I have to make it rhyme. It doesn't rhyme yet. It doesn't rhyme. I have to make it rhyme.
Rhyme yet.
What do you mean by rhyme? We're gonna die.
You're
gonna die. You're gonna die. Yeah.
It's all right.
You're already dead.
You know?
You don't know this. You don't know this yet, but you're already dead. Actually, as I'm hitting these buttons, you're dead.
You've taken too much radiation. You're already dying. Look at that. You're already dying.
Oh man.
You better not have sex. You'll give her cancer. You're already dying.
In 2 weeks, your skin will fall off. Bye. He leaves.
Bye.
During the Manhattan Project, there was this moment, right, where
He just casually leaves by.
The idea of so during World War II, they were like doing tests with like very radioactive metals, right?
Yeah.
And it's literally while they're doing the test, right? There's this little, obviously like a very dense lead ball over it to prevent the radiation from leaking out. One woman, actually, which is crazy. She mistakenly moved the thing a little too much for a moment, and then 2 weeks later, everybody died.
Yeah, it killed everybody.
And it was funny because when she did it, the guy that was professor looked at her. He just like,
like you dumb.
That's all.
You dumb
most
bitch.
like, of course you did it.
The idea that you would be in that situation where somebody did something like that, like they unleash, like they press the button and like a valve opens that like very clearly unleashes like strontium-90 into the room, and like you're dead in that moment and you know it, and all you can really do is just glance over at the person who did it, like, because what like what are you gonna do? What else?
That is
like,
it.
That's
It's not worth getting mad at them. Just go make your peace. That's it. It's like, whatever, man.
Well, you would want to be mad.
I got things to put in the fair.
Since you already know you're dead. You cycled through every step in an instant. Because you're just like...
I would absolutely beat that person up.
I would want to, absolutely. Especially if it was a woman. I would probably be like, all right,
well,
I'll be back.
why wouldn't you?
I'll be back.
Well, here's my question. Is like, why wouldn't you, knowing that like you're not going to get punished for it? You're gonna die in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah,
like, what are they gonna do? You put you in jail?
I wouldn't, because it's no point. At that moment, there's just no point. You're gonna die. Go get your shit in order. Like, that's what I would do. Instead of being mad at that, I'd be like, look, let's call my wife. Let me talk to her. Like, hey, honey, what's going on?
Honey,
yeah, it was a bitch. It was a woman. Yeah.
George Lucas bursted through the wall, hit all of the keys on the panel, and I'm going to die in 2 weeks. I can't see you. I'm irradiated to my core.
He said make it rhyme a lot. I don't know what he meant by that. He's probably going to do more things. I need you to get the police. I saw him walk through metal or move through metal till it bursted. So, probably worry about that. Get some really strong cages because he's going to keep going. So, yeah. Love you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Tell the kid he's not mine. Good night.
He's like George Lucas is like a weather event to these people. Like you can forecast him. Like it's just like, oh, we've got we've got a 30% chance of George Lucas popping into town trying to make things rhyme. So stay indoors, lock your windows. You're not gonna want to be outside after dark, that's for sure. And it's like,
lock your windows. Don't play anything. Play everything Star Wars involved. You have to keep Star Wars playing the whole night, or else he will come in your house and he'll. What's up?
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Would you turn yourself over to Bobity's magic if you could be as strong as Majin Vegeta as you are now?
Like my scale?
Like you as you are currently scales to where
scared where Vegeta ended up after, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, would you? I don't know. Would you guys? I just don't know. I wouldn't want to be a servant to him.
I wouldn't want to be mind controlled, but I love the idea of like.
Because I don't know, would I be able to break free? Majin Kingston.
Was it you that was it on? Oh, it might not have even been on the show that we were talking about, like Majin Seal. Did I ever mention
yes,
this to you
were.
Did I ever mention this to you?
I wasn't here. I was not here for that.
So I don't think it was on the show. I don't think it was on the show. I think it was in person when we were hanging out. But like the idea of like, Seal, right? Kiss from a Rose.
Of course.
Like if he turned himself over to Bobity's magic and he became Majin Seal, and he was just somebody that we just had to deal with him as like a force of nature. Like it's like, oh, Majin Seal's been sighted on the coast of fucking Barbados. We're gonna have to,
causing problems,
keep our eyes,
drowning people,
keep our eyes open.
Are we saying this is So Seal has always had like maniacal like tendencies, and then he finally just got his opportunity to terrorize the world. Is that what we're saying?
Was his wife Shields? Was his wife Brooke Shields? Right, it was Brooke Shields, right? That was his wife.
I have no idea.
I think she's Sea Lion.
She was a model. She was a model.
This is my wife, Seal. This is my wife, Sea Lion. It's the Seal and Sea Lion. What the fuck?
That is so dumb. But
that's stupid on a level that I almost can't even find. I'm like searching. I don't. Baby. All right. So he's baby.
I am.
Yeah. He has dark tendencies. Majin Seal, like if it's okay. So let's say it doesn't scale to Vegeta's level, but like he scales in a way that like from default Vegeta to Majin Vegeta is like the scale of like what a normal person would be to like that version of a normal person. So theoretically, like you'd be able to probably pick up a car. Okay. You know, I don't know if you'd be able to fly necessarily, but you'd be able to jump like
you wouldn't be able to
near.
People can't fly. People can't fly. So we wouldn't be able to with that. But you would
you'd
be that many more. I'm gonna look up the multiplier for if there's probably some fucking autistic kid probably fucking did this. So he was like, the multiplier between Majin Vegeta and regular Vegeta is approximately 7.5.
Yeah, he would. So he can jump maybe like he can jump about like I would say like maybe like 11 feet. You know, like that's how high he can jump if he's like really pushing it.
Wow,
like he's really giving it his all. So he's strong.
So you get about. Well, think of it like this, right? Spopovich and Yamu, right? The ones that fought Vidal, the guy that fought Vidal and beat the living fuck out of her. He had his neck broken, like snapped the wrong way, and he just put it back. He was a regular fighter before, like he was less than Hercule, and he came back and he was literally a monster. Like could fly.
Okay.
He could fly afterwards and shit. Actually.
Yeah, but that was
fuck. So you might be able to fly.
But
that's scary. See, a flying seal is like no joke. See, a flying Majin Seal is nothing to joke about. That's nothing to scoff at. That is that's something that we're gonna have to really contend with. Probably no energy blasts because let's just keep it realistic. But he's flying around. He's flying around probably with like a machine gun or something, or some instrument of death and destruction.
What if he throws seals at people?
I think you become pretty. What? You become pretty strong.
He flies to the fucking ocean and picks seals up and beats people up with them, and that's his calling card. That's like his Joker fucking calling card. Is that like, how do you know? Oh man, look at all this death and destruction, but there's like a random seal in the middle, beaten like damn near to death, and it's like, oh man, Majin Seal's been here. We're gonna have to call President Joe Biden, and then Joe Biden comes on the phone. He's like, what's going on? And he's like, President Joe Biden, we've got a Majin Seal attack on the eastern seaboard. He's like, I don't know what that is. Who's I met Majin. I remember him from when I was a young boy. When I played with all the seals. And he's like, nah, Joe, this is not. We're not talking about the animal. There is an animal related to it, but it's not the. He's not the core problem. The core problem is not the animal. It's the fact that the singer Seal, famous for "Kiss from a Rose," is now imbued with magical powers.
Under control of the wizard Bobbity.
They know who Bobbity is.
Whatever, man.
Like, under wizard Bobbity.
Oh, Bobbity. Oh, right.
What's going on?
Right, Bobbity. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Bobbity.
That's that guy that's ready to boo, right? Baby the Bobbity boo, right? Yeah, I remember that. Tucker Carlson goes on a show. He's like, the government doesn't want us turning our power over to Bobbity. Why? Why is the government so afraid of letting us? Why is the government so afraid of letting us surrender ourselves to Bobbity's magic?
Bobbity never hurt anybody.
He's just staring at the camera for way too long.
Yeah. It's your own free will. He's not forcing you to do anything.
He tears his face off, and it's Bobbity in disguise as Tucker Carlson. Bobbity's been Tucker Carlson this whole time.
That would be a mind fuck. That'd be a mind rape. I'd be like, what? Why is he Bobbity? That's what I would just ask. I would ask it like that. Why is he Bobbity?
What if every time you met a Trump supporter, you didn't realize it, right? But like, let's say you have like an altercation where they fall down and then they scuff themselves. They go like, and then they wipe their forehead, and then an M is on their forehead, and then they run away real quickly.
It would make some sense.
Dude, I don't know, man. This kind of level of power, I might do the whole Bobbity thing. I might do it.
Well, here's the thing. If they had the M the entire time, if they had the M the entire time, right? Like, and say they were the ones that stormed the Capitol, I'd actually be like, well, that power ain't that good. What the fuck? Like that's actually not that good.
Yeah.
Because that shit was pretty whack,
they're strong.
Dude.
Like, they work in unison.
Yeah, all right, but like they ain't fucking. They
like
didn't.
A black security guard kept them back. Like,
yeah, some chick got shot in the neck, and then that was over. Like that's not good. Like they should be able to catch a bullet or something. Hey, whatever. Maybe
I don't know, man. Because you'd be think of how I'm just thinking because like Vegeta's not a good scale because Vegeta's just strong to begin with, right?
Sure.
It's hard to really understand how strong Vegeta got. But we know that Spopovich and Yamu got fucking wildly stronger from that shit. That is the scale we have, at least. Those motherfuckers got really strong.
Whatever. We could be debating the ethics and the power scaling of Majin Seal till the cows come home.
Yeah.
But
the ethics.
What does that phrase even mean? What does that mean? The cows come. Whatever. Loves to spooge wrote in.
Your face from the sea. You became.
That's how he communicates. Is that he sings that song with different lyrics.
Baby, I'ma kill you in your sleep and fuck your son's ass. Ooh, feel it for a cream corn and my dick's gone.
No. We can't mix these things. We can't be mixing them. These need to be distinct. Loves to spooge wrote in. He says, "Hello, JoJo's Bizarre, Badland Chugs and Brandaniel. Here's a hypothetical. You're in line at a bar, and the bouncer says, 'Welcome to the Spermy Spittoon. How gay are you?' How do you respond?
I'm like, I'm so gay, and I'd come in his face while I'm right at a finish. I'm like, I'm so gay, and I'd blast him.
I'm so gay. I'm so gay. I had a bowl of cum for breakfast.
No, it would be no jerk. It would be, I'm so gay, and then cum. He just cum in his mouth.
I'm so gay. I had a bowl of sperm for breakfast.
Let him go in
without any semen. Whoa, you go in, buddy. That's crazy. How did you even extract the semen from them wiggling? Just a little wiggly. There's no semen in it whatsoever.
Little wiggles in a bowl of wiggles.
Whoa, that's pretty crazy.
I thought you were going to say still. I thought you were just going to say I had a bowl of cum for breakfast without any milk. I'm just like, what the fuck? Why would you add milk to cum in the first place?
Why is milk the changer?
You're already drinking cum. Why even bother?
Without any milk.
Bother to fucking.
So what he's saying is that he normally has cum and milk, but he's like, you know,
do not say this.
You take the milk away. This is some tough shit right here. Like. It's not even masking the flavor. It's not even masking. This is the real shit.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know what it's like. It's almost like a mixed drink kind of like. It's like, wow, you take shots and you don't mix your cum with a you don't mix your cum with a mixer.
You don't chase your cum. That's crazy.
That's he busted.
That's crazy.
He's out of his mind. He doesn't. He just straight. But the idea of like. Somebody being like, hey, you go to a bar, like, hey, what can I get you? Let me get some cum. He just puts the cup by his dick, busts in the fucking shot glass, and hands it to you. He slides it down to you.
Little spills on the counter.
And the guy's like, awesome. No, it's glippery too. So like it's a moment where like it's just a. He's licking the inside of it. Every little bit out.
Wow, that guy's really gay.
Whoa, this guy's super gay.
Oh man! All right, 50 Shades of Gay wrote in.
Fucking god, that's
50 Shades. 50 Shades. 50 Shades of Gay wrote in. This is another one that I chose not to use for the previous episodes, but we'll use it here since we're at the end of the month. We're picking up all the stragglers. He says, or she says, or they say, "Hey Seinfeld, Kramer, and George, that's it."
Nice.
That is well worth $5. That is. That totally caught me off guard. I was like,
God.
what's the question?
We do have
That's it. That's good.
We do have a big one that I think is better for. We do have a big one that's better for an extra ammo though, because it is responding to. It's a follow up on like something that we did in the advice column, which is it's a series of episodes that we have over at patreon.com/SnarkTank, exclusive episodes over there. It's pretty big, it's good, but like I feel like we should just read that next time we do it. So I'll save this one in a Google Doc, and then we'll get to that one. Let's see what other ones do we have. Okay, Randeep Kang wrote and he says, "All right, guys, Blackman's Justice League members and Blackman's Justice League contingency."
Oh,
that's
right,
it.
Blackman. Yeah. I'm Blackman. So the members. So is it just all like racist stereotypes? Like Chinaman is one of his faithful Chinaman is.
Oh man.
So that's one of them.
God damn.
He has the
slut. Black guy is just named the N-word. The black guy is just the N-word.
No,
that is his name.
That's
he's already Blackman.
Yeah.
No, his name is the N-word. I feel like there's Blackman and then there's the N-word.
But who's that supposed to
be? He's like Venom.
Yeah,
he's like the Venom to his Spider-Man. It's just like, I'm Blackman.
You're
and he's just he's like a menstrual show character.
That's crazy.
But that's Blackman. What are you doing?
But that's already that's literally
no. Blackman would just be a black man.
No,
Kingston,
were you even there?
You weren't paying attention.
Oh no, we did. I forgot. Wait,
God.
How did Blackman look? How did Blackman look?
Like a minstrel.
Really?
He has blackface. Yes. We made a whole character that was.
The whole thing. Kingston. Let me
just a regular guy. Is he just a regular black person?
Kingston. Let me refresh your memory here. I can't believe you don't remember this.
I'm sorry.
So the whole thing with Blackman was that instead of Batman being afraid of bats.
Oh my God! Yes, I get it. I remember. Yes, it was Batman.
Right.
Instead of being afraid of bats, he was afraid of black people, and he went around disrespectfully impersonating black people.
Yeah, because he thought it would strike fear into the hearts of everybody else, like it struck fear into him. When everybody else is just kind of like, that guy's just not. That guy's scary because he's clearly doing something insane, not because he's a black guy. What the fuck is he doing dressing up like this? And so he thinks it's working, and so he doesn't drop the bit.
What would Superman in this world look like?
I think he'd just be a
would he
fucking
be gay
Nazi
man and he have a freaking Oh,
he would be probably a Nazi. Yeah, I think
Captain
so.
Auschwitz.
Yeah, something like just
Lord
racist as
Auschwitz.
shit. No. There's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely Auschwitz. That's awful. I think like more representative of not the atrocity, but like the some Aryan shit or something stupid like that has to do with
like the denier.
All right, let's move on.
Nothing happened here in the
Chinaman.
40s and 50s. Not one thing.
So we got Chinaman. I want the
Let's move
invisible
on.
slut.
Let's get
What?
the
Are you trying to derail
Invisible slut.
The invisible slut?
the invisible
is
slut.
one.
That's so
Aquaman is
crazy.
cum man, or semen man. I don't know. What should it be? Semen man? I don't know.
I like the idea of Flash being the speedy spook. Does that work?
Well, we already
No,
we already have a black.
it's
All
There's
right,
only one black guy because I would assume it'd be inverse, right? Maybe be inverse, right? Whether it be, is there only
Why
one
would
black character?
Well, there could
he's
be
not
a black. Yeah.
He's
Well, yeah. So then me making him the speedy
can't-
spook
hold
is
on.
funny.
This is why
Or would
we gotta.
would Flash be slow mo?
No, he would
He's
just be
a
like
really
he would,
slow movie.
Flash would literally be a flasher. He would run around in a trench coat
he just
really
reveal
quickly.
it.
Yeah, he would.
So he's
he would just go like.
so he's
just like, I did it technically, but you didn't see.
Flasher. Okay, we like that
Flasher.
Flasher. We need like a fat one,
Yeah.
like someone who's just like fat and retarded. Like should it just be fat
Rotundo.
retard?
I got a good idea. He'll be Rotundo, and Rotundo will his superpower is that he's so fat
You're a
that
slut.
he's so fat that nobody loves him. That's his power.
That's his power.
That is so fucking crazy.
All right,
He's
so
so
look
fat,
at
no one loves him at all.
So far-
period. Everybody hates him.
we're just gonna do the superhero arc. So far, there's Blackman, Chinaman, Invisible Slut, Rotundo, Flasher, and possibly Cum Man. I don't know about that one, but we got.
Yeah.
We got
We'll just do Seaman.
Or Sergeant
Seaman.
Splooge. I like
Seaman,
Sergeant
yeah.
Splooge as well. Oh, Seaman.
Yeah, Seaman.
Sergeant Splooge.
Sergeant's like he sounds like a fucking
It's
like a
funny.
royalty.
That's a funny name.
Right, but that sounds like he even sounds like a royalty-free character within the context of this fictional universe. The idea that you would even have like a Sergeant anything as a part of a Justice League is so insane.
Okay. He's basically
You're just
Captain
trying
Cold.
to avoid copyright.
He's basically Captain Cold. He could be fucking Sergeant Splooge. So that's there you go.
He just
there you go.
shoots
He's in
cum
there.
at people.
Yeah, he
All
has
right.
like cum ray.
Great, amazing.
Oh man. Yeah.
No, the idea is that he shoots you with a ray right. You think it's just snow, and he'd be like, "This is frozen cum. This is slushy cum."
I'm saving this for later.
Loves to
I'm saving this
spooge.
for
Wrote
later.
in an.
Did it get in your mouth?
Loves to spooge wrote in again. He also has another one. Dear Ghetto Hooligans and Mr. Whiteman, sir, there are there any 90s 2000 or early 2000s commercials that live rent free in your head to this day?
I got one, but
I have
know
one
I don't
from
wanna
like
do
the
it, 'cause
late.
If I do it, it'll bother you guys.
I have one from the late 90s that was like it was like a commercial for like a casino called Foxwoods.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't
I know the one
remember.
you're
I don't
talking
know.
about.
I don't know where exactly it is. I think it's either Atlantic City or like Connecticut or
Foxwood is right by. If I'm not mistaken, it's in Connecticut. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, or
I
it's
don't
in
know.
Atlantic City.
For some reason, I don't know if this was airing on Cartoon Network or what, but like I saw this commercial a lot where it was just like this like Frank Sinatra style kind of like lounge swing song, where it's just like take a chance, make it happen, pop the dough. Fingers snapping, spin the wheel, round and round we go. And it was like it's for some reason it was like it's like the weirdest. It's like a very catchy fucking song for this casino that I've never once wanted to go to or ever been to or ever been curious about. But like that song lives. It's very East Coast, by the way. There's like no shot that this was advertised anywhere else.
Every New Yorker knows that fucking commercial.
It's great. Like I know all the lyrics of that song. Still to this day, and I haven't heard it in years.
Same, bro.
But yeah, that was hammered into me for sure.
So there's a commercial like was like put it in and sip, 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 pull it out and munch, 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 munch. All together
No.
now.
I know what you're talking about.
Munch.
That's the cereal straws. That's the cereal straws commercial with the dead kid in it So
Yes.
So for anybody curious,
Yes.
okay, all right. So hold on. There's a video. I don't remember if I put it on Twitter or like I know it's I see it every now and again pop up where we're in the living room watching that commercial and we're arguing about whether or not that kid is dead. And it's a cereal straws commercial with the actor Cameron Boyce when he was younger, and Cameron Boyce did die.
He did pass
So
away,
like we were watching, I can't remember what the fuck it was like during the pandemic. We were watching like old, like long compilations of old commercials just for like nostalgia, just to laugh at it. And that commercial came up, and Kingston was like, "That kid's dead." We were arguing about it. It's like that kid, like, and I was like, "Why would you assume that kid is dead? Like, it's such an insane assumption."
It's like I know
he was
he's
right.
dead. I know.
But you were right. You're totally right. He's dead.
I know. I felt it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's also the credit. What you call it? The college Connected for Free Education Connection commercial. I'll never forget that song in my life. I can't.
There's two major things that. So there was a Crossfire. There was a toy called Crossfire, and it was the most dramatic commercial ever. It was like you would shoot these little steel balls, like they're like BBs, and you would shoot them at like this thing. You had to like move them. It was maneuver. It was like, I don't know, like a Beyblade almost type of thing, but not like ripping some shit or something. It's like shooting these things at things, and they're clashing. And the commercial is so fucking dramatic, where like it looks like some like tournament pit thing, and the guy singing like Crossfire, you get caught up in the, and then like he like does some crazy like 80s scream at the end, Crossfire, and you're like, this is the craziest thing ever, and you play it, and it's the most boring fucking shit ever. It's the most boring fucking shit. You're like, this shit sucks.
I know that commercial. I know that commercial because I've seen videos about it, but I never watched. I never watched that. I've never saw that commercial on TV, but like that, I think because I think the Angry Video Game Nerd did like a video about it or something like that. Like it was definitely like one of those people.
Probably.
But that's those commercials are insane.
Yeah,
I think the only other one that comes to mind are those free credit report, the freecreditreport.com commercials. Those ones are really. Like when they had that band doing the jingles for him.
FREE, that's spells free, creditreport.com, baby. It's all the ad on my TV. Wanted to get my check, but I was too lazy. And I said it's sitting back and rolling fat.
Yeah,
I forgot what the other lyric is.
My legs are sticking to the vinyl, and my posse's getting laughed at.
The FREE, that spells free.
See, that's the thing. It's like, why do I know?
My fucking brain.
Like, I haven't heard these songs in fucking forever, but like,
I mean, it works.
I remember them. It did. It totally
That's
did.
back in that. We don't have jingles anymore. That's why.
Yeah.
That was the resurgence of the jingle era. That's
what was the one? It's like, they say a man should
like,
always dress for the job he wants. So why am I dressed up like a pirate in this restaurant? It's all because some hacker stole my identity. Now I'm in here every evening serving chowder and iced tea. Should have gone to free credit report. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. I remember that now.
It's insane.
There's
This is exactly what I'm talking about, by the way, earlier with the fucking memories just sitting in your brain. What are you gonna say, Derek?
Yeah, there was there's a show called Bonanza, like a western, and I used to watch it.
Yeah, my grandma loved it.
Yeah, I used to watch the shit out of it. And Taco Bell, they did it was a grilled steak taco or something. Commercial, they were promoting it, and it was just it was to the jingle of the intro, and I was like, so I run and run because I don't have my horse to ride there, like there's like something grilled steak at Taco Bell. It was so fucking like catchy and cool, and I was like, yeah, they don't, because they don't have to do shit like this anymore, right? They don't have to. It's all lazy as fuck, but that was cool.
And just subliminal messages on Instagram, right? So Instagram, they show you something
pretty much
like 3-4 times. You're like, oh, I guess I want that now.
Did you guys ever see Survival, like insurance? Survival insurance commercials? Because like there was one that was the biggest bullshit ever. Because this guy, his car breaks down, and then this hot ass babe comes rolling up. She's like, "Hey, you need a ride?" He's like, "Yeah." And then he goes, "Are you insured?" She's like, "Yeah." He's like, "By Survival?" She's like, "No." And then he goes, "I can't take that ride." And then she fucks off. And I'm like, in what fucking universe? Like, oh, I'm only gonna get in a car that's insured by Survival, some bullshit. She probably has fucking State Farm. She probably has top of the tier insurance.
Better.
And
She
she's
probably
like
has better insurance.
a hot
And he's
boobied
like,
bitch, probably gonna get slammed, and then he's just like, nah, dude, I need that fucking $20 a month
booby
insurance.
bitch.
Yeah, nah, you fucking, I want $15 a month insurance. Get the fuck out of
It's
here.
ridiculous.
It was a great commercial.
You're not
Yeah,
giving
but
me-
those are the ones. Those are the ones that stick out to. I'm sure like there's a lot more that I remember, like because I've definitely seen commercials like recently, like that pop up on Twitter sometimes, where I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. So I remember a lot of them, but yeah, those are the ones that come to mind. Demon's Rage wrote in. He says, okay, so this is another one that I skipped. Let me tell you if this is. Let me get your opinion on this one. If it was worth skipping on. Demon's Rage wrote in. He says, yes, every time y'all talked about it, I go skip, 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 skip.
I mean,
Thanks for the $5. Let's
Facts.
go to the next one.
I mean, facts. You whatever you skip, that's what the skip button's for, bitch. Thank you.
Exactly. Congratulations.
Wrote in. He says, I've been real dumb. What the hell do I do?
Be less dumb.
Yeah, you go to school, you dumb bitch. What do you mean? You go to fucking school. Get your education. Pass some SATs or whatever the hell they do now. I don't even know what they do now. Like, it's always different. It doesn't matter to me anymore. I haven't been to school in forever.
It's SATs.
Okay, yeah. Well,
True.
do that shit,
Yeah.
and then
School's a scam,
if
but
you're
like,
still
yeah.
dumb, just well, cool. Yeah, you should just go to like
Lean into
do
it.
gay
Just
stuff.
lean into it.
Experiment with
Make it
gay
your personality.
People. Yeah, experiment with gay people in college. That's the only way.
Experiment.
That's
Dukes.
where dumb people go.
Are you telling him to
Dumb
experiment
people
on
go to
gay people?
Yeah. Do medical experiments on gay people.
Billy Mole wrote in. Speaking of medical, Billy Mole wrote in. Okay, so these are ones from the last like 2 days. Like these are the final ones, like the last ones for the month, basically. Billy Mole wrote in. He says, "Hello, boys. First time Patreon member. I work as a tech in a pharmacy and have an interesting story. A boomer-aged man came in and requested a refill on his insulin. I looked at his profile, and he still had 2 months' worth at home, so I informed him that he had to come back in 2 months for a refill. He threw a fit stating that he was out. Then I told him to go home and double-check. He stormed out, but not before saying, 'You better put in a good word for me at the nearest cemetery.' He called back an hour later and apologized as he accidentally placed some of his insulin pens next to the butter in his fridge. Do you have any story? Do any of you have a story about ridiculous customers or clients at work? Thank you."
Next to the butter.
Uh,
So like in that
I
little,
don't have anything like
because
that. I
usually
gotta say, like that's
usually the fridges have that little section for the butter, right? Like the one little part you open it up, and then the
Yeah.
top to the right, there's the section you put the butter in. So he like put his pins in there. He's just like, yeah, this is good. I'll remember this because I use the butter every day.
it
And then
is.
He just forgot.
He's
Yeah.
old, man. His mind is not what it used to be.
That's true. That's sad. That's actually kind of sad. It's a
That's
little
fine.
sad. I used to work at Albertsons. I used to work at a really shitty. Well, I'm sure a lot of you probably are aware of Albertsons, and so I had a extremely perverted boss who gave all the women raises and not the men because he was trying to like butter them up and like fuck them and stuff, but he was like disgusting, and so it didn't work. And we had a lot of insane people there. Like there was this. There's one lady. She was so upset that I could this still baffles me to this day because she was like, I bagged her stuff and I just put like, okay, I put her hot dogs on the bottom of one of the bags and then I put the marshmallows on top because you don't want them to get smashed or whatever. Everything's sealed, everything's good. And then she fucking looks at me and she was like, "Excuse me, my hot dogs are touching the marshmallows." And I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, what does that mean? I didn't know what that meant. I was like, your hot dogs are touching the like they're packaged, dude. What do you mean? Like to this day, I'm not sure what she had a problem with. Because like not exactly. Like was it the fact that one was cold, and like, was that the thing? Like, oh, cold, because to me, I always try to put the colds with the colds, but it was just, this made sense how to do it. This was like, all right, this was the last thing in the bag, but she specifically singled those two things out, and I don't know if she just has like a problem with literally a marshmallow touching a fucking hot dog, and I don't know. It was one of those things where I had nothing to say, and that was the least I've dealt with weirder shit there, but that was one that like kind of still baffles me. Like I'm not sure what she meant by that, and I hate customer service with all my heart.
I feel like there's one time I worked at Starbucks where like I would give some guy's change, instead of holding his hand out to grab his change, he kept fucking up and he dropped it and he got out the car and he started yelling at me. When he got out the car, he saw how big I was, and his whole demeanor changed. Because he was like, because I think he didn't understand that I was a giant and I could probably eat him. So he's like, this Armenian dude started getting really loud with me, and it's Glenda Armenian. So if you know, you fucking know. But so he started getting, because I was giving him his thing, and I was like, hey man, here you go. And obviously, I know how to hand people things. You know, people and anything. If someone messes up handing something to you, your brain kind of autocorrects, like, hey, like, let me autocorrect and get this the right way. And he kept yelling at me, and I was like, bud, it's really not that serious. Like, I'll go outside and I'll pick up your money and I'll hand it back to you. It's like $14, bro. And I saw EBT card in your fucking wallet. Like, chill, bud. But like, he kept yelling at me, and I was just like, dude, okay, whatever. And then he got out the car, he said, yeah, and I was like, dude, it's really not that big of a deal. I got you. So I gave him a free drink. And he like drove off, and he came back later on in the future. And he was like, "Man, I'm sorry, bro. I was having a bad day." And I was like, "Dude,
he came back later.
You're still crazy. A fuck." Because he came back to the store. They don't have any pride. They don't have any honor over there. I would have never come back to that store afterwards. But like, he was like, "Oh my god, this store's dead. This store died."
Dude, you talk about like handing change. Like, something that frustrates me still to this day is like. And I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it does. Every time I pay for something in cash, and and I need change in some way. If I need change that's like $1, like any kind of like, if I get change that's paper and coins, they'll always give me the paper, and then they'll put the coins on top of it, and that frustrates me to no end.
How else would you want it to be handed to you?
Because I want to. I don't like the idea. It's like, all right, well, then I'm going to have to ball this whole thing up and then shove it in my pocket. I can't really put it in my wallet yet. I've got to like, I don't know. It's I don't know why, but it really fucking bothers me.
I think you're the minority in this one.
I know it's weird. I know, that's fine. I know, it probably is, for sure. But like, it really like, because I want to be able to like, if I get my change back, I want to be able to put it away like where it's supposed to be immediately. Like, I don't want it to be like sitting in my pockets, because I forget shit in my pockets sometimes, and then like and then I do the wash, and there's like a fucked up dollar bill in there. It's like, god damn it, or like there's, you know what I mean?
Wait, so what,
just like hand me the bill and then hand me the coins.
Money,
wait, what? But like, so they want to hand you, they don't want to do two steps, right? They just want to like hand you the stuff, like. Because that's basically the way that I would do it. Like, when I would have the cash register or whatever, I would try to just give it to you all at once. So it's like, here, the coins are supported, and you have all your shit now. Like, that's now you can.
I guess how I feel about it, right, is that like I would rather get the coins first, because the coins can't really go in the wallet anyway. There's no real place for coins in a wallet. The coins are going in my pocket, but the bills have a place in the wallet. And so if you put the coins on top of the bill, then I have to fucking do like a tablecloth maneuver to get the fucking bill out into my wallet, and then do all this extra step. But it's just like, give me the coins first, dump in the pocket, that's a second. Then give me the bill in my wallet, bam. But instead you've given me this you've given me this laundry to do, basically.
Like,
well, Chris, when you're given your change, right? Most humans, they take it. They take the bills, they put the change in their pocket, they take the money, they take the dollar bills, they put it back in the wallet they paid with, just usually, and then they put the change in their pocket. It's like that's yeah,
but the thing is, like, for me, it's like I'm very cognizant of like, I don't like to waste people's time at registers and stuff. So like, if I have to take if I have to no. If I have to take any extra time to separate the coins from the bill just to put it in my wallet neatly, I won't do it. I'll shove it all in my pocket because I got to get the fuck out of there. At least I got to get the fuck out of there so the person behind me isn't impeded by me taking a little bit longer.
You just got to walk 2 steps up. Like I get away from the where they, right from the register. I step up right where you gather your items, and I am out of the way. I'm out of the way before they need to, like I'm completely out of their way. And so you don't spend fucking like a minute there. You spend like an extra, 20 seconds maximum.
Granted, Californians, the way niggas order shit out here and the way motherfuckers interact with registers out here fucking makes me want to hurt myself. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It is
it's
fucking believable, bro.
It's pretty disgusting, honestly.
I am not an impatient person. And I am not a rude person when it comes to ordering lines at all. I am very much so someone that will stand there and not wait. I've gone to banks with my grandmother while she's opened accounts as a kid, and I'm just there. I'm just in 161st Street in the Bronx, just waiting for my grandma to talk about how it's gonna affect her oversure accounts or whatever bullshit. And I'm just sitting there. But people go up to the counters and they're like, let me find my card. And I'm just like, what are you doing? You're in a line, you prepare to pay, you pay, you leave.
That's killable. That's killable.
Dude, remember we went shopping that one night, Chris? We went shopping that one night, like pretty late in the evening when you drove, and the motherfuckers in the line were taking like 25 minutes to just pay. I was losing it. And I was like, this is crazy.
When was this?
We went shopping in the evening one time because you drove Joe's car before you bought it from him, I'm pretty sure. You drove it to you went to Vons or some shit like that, and it was an evening. It was like sort of like 9 or 10. We were just buying groceries.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
And the people that were paying were taking so long to pay. And I was freaking out. I was like, does it take that long to pay?
This is my experience everywhere I go. Like I don't
it's
like this is that memory doesn't stick with me as much just because that is almost every single interaction that I have ever witnessed at a grocery store, at like a register. It's always people making conversation or spending, or they're always surprised for some reason. It's always like, my wallet. Oh, I should grab my wallet. It's like, you're in line. What do you mean you're just getting your wallet now? Huh? It's crazy. And I don't know.
I feel like Lily had that problem for a little bit until she started dating me and I started mentioning it. And now she notices people take too fucking long to pay. And now she's like, yeah, it's ridiculous. And I'm like, because it's like when you're in line, and this is a New York thing, probably because we're in a rush all the time. It's a cultural difference, I'm pretty sure.
Right, yeah, like a New York minute kind of thing.
When you get in line, you're like, oh, I'm in line to pay. I'll take out my stuff to pay, or I'll take a notice to, like, I need to have my wallet right here. My wallet's right here. I go up, I load my thing. By the time they're already scanning my shit, I'm already over by the register, my wallet open, ready to start paying.
The thing is, I treat lines at registers. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Derek.
Go ahead.
This is the last thing I'll say about it. But like, I treat registers almost like I treat the airport line before the scanner thing, where it's like, I'm gonna get everything that I need ready so that I can just fucking bip bop bam, like, just get the fuck in and out of there, write everything. I'm not like fumbling over like what my number is when I put it in the thing, or like what my code is. I've seen people typing on that thing, that keypad, for like an inordinately long time, like a confusingly long time. Like, how are you spending 5 straight minutes? Like, actually, I timed it at typing on the fucking keypad. What do you do? Are you playing fucking an RTS? It's insane.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that's really, I don't have very many experiences like that. I don't know if like it's bad luck for you guys, or if I'm very impatient. I'm a very impatient person for like that. So I think I'm very good at picking the shit, because I've made mistakes. Every once in a while I'll make a mistake, and the one thing why somebody takes a long time is they'll be using WIC. And WIC is for, the people that need to get shit for their kids. So they'll get like the government will give them free stuff, but it's designated stuff. So then they need to verify that it's the right thing, and they gotta it's a process that I've wanted to kill myself being in line.
Is it still that way?
Well, it's been a long time since I've because I'm self-checkout.
Maybe, I don't know. Who the fuck knows?
The only time I don't go to self-checkout is like a Trader Joe's because there isn't one. So like every other fucking store I go to is self-checkout. So I have no idea if WIC or anything like that still exists. I don't think so. I don't know. I literally have no idea anymore.
Well, there it is then. That's kind of the thing is that there's a lot of places. The places that I go to most often around here don't have self-checkouts. They just happen to be like the most convenient because there's a Trader Joe's. There's like, certain convenience stores that they just don't. For some reason, they're all register, and what adds to it is there's no self-checkout, and they're all understaffed. In addition to that, so there's like 4 registers, and there's only one person working at the register who's very clearly not paid enough to care. Like I wouldn't care really either if I was being paid like what I was being paid to work there. It's like, are you kidding? So like it's a mixture of a lot of fucking problems: understaffed, people not really having proper etiquette in like lines at these places, and also just the fact that these companies are paying these people not enough to actually care about like what they're
right.
It's a fucking. It's like a Powerpuff Girls recipe for like just a completely terrible retail experience.
Also, I'll be very real. It's probably the fact that we're so used to it moving fast that just simple by proximity of it not moving as fast as we are, we're perceiving it as moving even slower. That might be a very real thing as well. Whereas like it might just be like a decent time, and we're just like, come on, we're impatient.
I don't even think so necessarily.
I think some of the times it might be for me, honestly.
I think some of the time, but like I do think most of the time because there's a convenience store around me that is always understaffed, always.
Oh, and they are always understaffed in general.
Oh no, but hold on. There's always a long ass line that takes insane, and I'm usually the person complaining the least. I'm saying all this shit in my head where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is wrong? Like, what is going on in this world? But then other people in line are like, hey, can we get a fucking other person on this other register over here? I'm giving them a New York accent. They don't have New York accents here. They're all Armenian or something. But like people like, and it bothers me too because like they're just like disrespectful to like the one employee there. I'm just like, dude, fucking...
Yeah, like it was their fault.
It's not their fucking fault.
Because they've never had a job. That is why they're just with that person.
Well, they've never done that job.
I feel like everybody should work.
Like that. That is why.
Yeah, they've never had customer service jobs. Retail should be mandatory, dude.
I stand by that. You should have to work a period of time in retail because it is seeing people that have never worked the food service jobs or like retail jobs, seeing the way they treat those people makes me fucking sick.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
They don't deserve that. This person
is disgusting. You're absolutely right.
Fucking sad.
You're 100% right.
Because I've almost snapped a few times, and I would just lose my job. That's it. For being talked to like I made less than a person, I would just lose my job. It's insane, dude. The shit. I've seen my boss get spit on, bro. If someone spit on me, it is game time.
Yeah.
I am going to choke them. I am going to choke them, fall on the ground, and make sure my back is to the floor so no one can get me off of them.
I'm going
to try to kill them.
I got lucky doing my cashier job, though, only because, like, doing the cashier thing, it almost was like a game to me, and, like, see how fast I can scan shit. So, like, I was lightning, so nobody had any time to complain when I was scanning shit because I was the fastest by far because they would have numbers, they would keep track of all that shit, and I would destroy everybody because first of all, let's be honest, even though it's not anybody's fault, people on average are dumb and slow too. Like, so even the workers, and they're not. There's no incentive. They're not incentivized to even be faster. So there's that too. But even if they were, they're not that good in the first place. So it's like, here's somebody, like, here's me, I'm not retarded, and so it's like, all right, I know where all the scan things are, I started learning where everything is, so I'm just fucking blazing. And so people don't even have time to complain. Yeah. And that's not the average experience, so it's like, it's all fucked, man.
I think that's a very video game oriented mindset too, because I feel like I had the same thing where it's like, I would try to like speed run my job a lot.
100%.
Like I would try to how fast can I scan every single thing in the electronics department and like update the sales tickets, just to give myself something to make it interesting, because otherwise it would have just been so fucking bland and boring.
You'd want to kill yourself.
But that was Starbucks, but they would still always find a complaint.
Yeah, that's the worst
Starbucks,
one.
The whole time at Starbucks, dude.
The barista is the worst.
Ahead of time, and they would still find a reason to complain. And I'm
the barista's the worst.
What's wrong with that? What is wrong with, like, I would get there, right, and they'd be like, do the pull, right? So I'd do the pull. I'd pull all the beans. I would take everything that new that got dropped off for the week of sales. I would take it all out, and I would rush, and I would do it real fast. And they would be like, well, did you scan this? It's like, yeah, I did. Well, redo that again, because now you're just doing this. And I'm like, I did it ahead of time. It is already done. I don't need to do it again because it's already done. I did it. Well, there's a problem with it though, and I'm like, you know what?
You just come in their fucking face and leave.
I'm going to come at you when you turn your back. You're gonna turn your back and walk off, and I'm gonna come at you. I think that's sexual assault, though. You can't just be doing that to people.
It definitely is, but
I'm pretty sure you'll go to jail for that.
you got away. You skirted the charges, so you're good. It's real fast.
It was
What the fuck's
that's really
going
not
on?
good.
Okay? Derek, you all right?
No, I was just picturing fucking Kingston coming on you, and you're like, kind of like, real quick, kind of like, you felt something, but you're not sure. You're just like, no, and then you just go about your business.
I think it'd be funny because right now we're doing a podcast, right? And I think it'd be funny if all of us are doing it, and then just one person walks by, like one person just walks by in the background. I like one of our things.
Yeah. That would be fucking
like,
cool.
yo, who's that dude in the back?
That'd be cool editing.
Who's that dude in the back of your thing? He's like, huh? Who? There's no dude in here.
That's stupid.
All right, that'll be that'll be it for all the questions. We have one left, but we have another episode to do anyway. So we're gonna save that one for the next episode, and then we'll round out the month.
We got one more this month.
Huh?
Do you have one more this month? Or
oh well,
no.
Oh yeah, well, it's not worth. It's not. It's literally just bland. It's a. I can read it, but it would be a waste. You gotta write.
All right.
Listen, here's the thing. I appreciate that you guys send your stuff in, but at the same time, I don't want to incentivize people to write in nonsense. I want to incentivize people to write in good questions, which is why I typically don't read the nonsense ones. That's the only reason. But at the end of the month. Maybe it's a no holds barred type deal. Thank you all for supporting. Patreon.com/snarktank, snarktank.shop for all your merch needs. And we'll read our $25 and up patrons now. Count me down.
3, 2, 1.
Hitting Women. Vaughn of the Dead. Spyro confidently showing up on the set of RuPaul's Drag Race, unaware that it's not short for Dragon Race. That's so stupid.
That'd be so fucking funny. He's just there. He's like, "What's going on, man? I'm ready." They're like, "Yo, that's a dragon that's talking."
Round-eyed Asian, Slenderman's gay brother. Slenderman's gay brother. I like Menderman.
I like Menderman.
That's so fucking dude. Clap.
I thought you might like that one.
That's a good one, dude.
When I was reading the credits for the last episode, because we had to separate them, I specifically said like I think Derek and Kixel will get a kick out of that one. I like Menderman.
Menderman.
Because it's literally facilitating your joke at any means necessary. It is. I like that idea. This has got to make them laugh. And it fucking will.
Good job.
All right. Wearing a trench coat to terrify and mystify. Phallic Baldwin skeet shoot. I ain't shooting blanks. Went on leave to Thailand and hit up Ling Ling the lady boy. Took a big sniff of that mahi mahi and stuck it in his back walls. Carrying Chris around town as my pocket pussy. Michaela O'Hara's transmask pussy. Hey Hole Fister by Train.
Damn.
Hey Hole Fister.
Hey,
I like
Mr.
making
Mr.
blisters in your booty hole. That's so stupid. Turian pussy. In this life or the next, Dick Stone Cold, call me BBC Austin. Springsteen, I'm on fire. Oh, I am gay. Pooped in a sack, call it poop sack. Lil Wayne telling Drake to keep it Canadian. Jack, the world's fastest Maori. Charles Leclerc won the Monaco Grand Prix. Let's go. Comcast, Wells Fargo, Allstate, Nike, Kellogg, Hewlett-Packard, CVS, MasterCard, Dow Chemical, Macy's, 3M, Delta Airlines. Big Meaty Stinks. Andy the Man Whose Handies are now A tier but not as dandy. Sprinkling MSG on my dick and making him suck. Sween sounds like Chills when he reads.
Number 15.
Number 78.
15.
Fucking
I was walking.
Cedric Diggory.
It's like history. It rhymes. Heath
You ever
Smoker.
hearing him say that is crazy.
Lawyer. Lawyering your way out of being gay as you throat me. Gids. We should make fun of Sween the same as Queso. The immortal jellyfish. I only fuck in fluorescent lighting. Homeless trans femme who comes. Kodak Black getting castrated for raping. Listen to Swords Drawn by Army of the Pharaohs and see if you recognize the sample. They're like Jedi mind tricks. One of my lecturers got cucked by the lead singer of the Pixies. I once saw Sweeney do 50 slow handstand push-ups. KSE, my curse. There has come burning to find you. Will you come for me? Mr. Pants. I write fanfics of Chris and Sween getting impregnated by mutated muscly bunny peeps. Baller of the First Sin. Spum Befudders. Sweeney, please come to Sweden. The gnome hunting season is on right now.
Oh, that sounds fire.
Sounds fire to hunt some gnomes in Sweden. Jolly old dipshit. Honktor Salahanka's wheelchair-mounted bike horn he uses to communicate. May thy load drip and... I really love Honktor Salahanka, man. Like, it's such a good fucking name. May thy load drip and splatter. Cyphergraph. Fiberglass fleshlight prank. I can't believe they put a black person in my historical fiction game. I'm going to climb it, but this is ridiculous. Hunter Dubois, just pussy using a riot shields. Lily Milk and Asmongold for just one drop of piss. What pussy would make a hypothetical with a gay little red chode wolf, not a gray wolf? Reds are nearly extinct. They suck so. That's literally, I didn't even make a mistake reading that. That's literally what it says. Lily's cool. Asparagus binging piss dealer. You must go to the bodega system. Caucasian container, the Cracker Barrel for gays. Disgruntled, Donald Trump burping out Dom's clit. A French man ate a plane. Google it and discuss. She Derek on my Sweeney till I Chris. Can you please leave a few seconds of silent audio at the end of each podcast episode? Patron always cuts off a few seconds. She Pipkin on my Pippa. Possum. Call her Robert. The way she goes Downey on my Junior. That's pretty good. That's a good one, actually.
Hell yeah, dude.
That actually is one that follows the template.
That is probably the best
good.
one. That is the best one for sure.
That's the best one I've heard, I think. Yeah. That's so dumb. Okay, Daddy Derek, you can fight a wolf. I believe in you. Insisting that Bryle is a stand-up guy. No need to insist because
thank you for your
self-evident. A monkey biting a baby's soft spot. God. Just the hard R. Star Coffee ripped the digital hookah. Now I'm being molested on the set of Embryonic Sheldon. This episode of the Snark Tank is sponsored by Booty Talk 93, which features actual twin sisters. My son froze to death in the wastes of Ohio by going homeless to pay you fucks. And now this is his memorial. Rip John, Transfem Gremlin, exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90 million roentgens of ionizing radiation. Yush, Worms, Craig the Canadian. I'll have you know I am very retarded. It's your boy Shawnee D. Agent 47 in a lobster suit, giggling and wiggling his knees like a schoolgirl waiting for Warranty Harding to enter the kitchen. 3XO and that alien. That I really got to make that clip. I got to clip that. Okay, so wait, hold on. Let me write these things down because there's one today too that I wanted to do. Whatever. 3XO and that alien from Saints Row 4 who says whoops after killing 7 billion people. Somebody that I used to know by throat yay. There is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock. You need horse cock, of course cock. Slurp and stroke and smoke and joke and emoticons going like this. Drip MH, Lord of Homeless Drip. If I were getting eaten by a bear, I would try to jack off real quick just to see what would happen. Boeing Battle Royale. Obi Won't You Blow Me, Norwegian game dev now developing Piss Quest featuring Lillian Sween, Kremlin to Gremlin, Lord Bartholomew Handjob, inventor of anal sex, I'm Gonna Steal Your Bones, I Take Sacks to the Face Whenever I Can, tune of Remember the Name, 5% gay, 50% anal pain. It doesn't work. You gotta keep your eye on the syllables. Come, are you ready, Shadow Man? I love cock and other things of that matter, I'm gay. Gays, I don't know why that got me for some reason. I love cock and other things of that matter. I'm gay. Gay Slipknot be like thrust inside, put the penis in eye. Wage Slave 583, a sad guy from Michigan, telling the boys it's not gay to mix cum into our pre-workout and getting and not crossing my fingers and sighing when nothing happens. The Papini Brothers presents Master Roshi Flow. They forgot I was him, so I hit him with the General Blues Third Reich stare. Donk Donkerson, definitively applause, defiantly applesauce. Trying to trip me up with my dyslexia. It's not gonna work. I read that already last time. Listen to Hit My Spot by You're Pretty, hands down one of the best original gay songs I've ever heard. You Gotta Pay the Troll's Toll to Get in the Boys Hole. Gade 6, I'm Smashing That Jazz Cabbage by the 30s on Cap No God.
Nice.
PP, I think ESPN is just ESP, but for black people. That's so stupid. That is dumb. No grammar notes for Sween.
That's so stupid.
That's wild. No grammar notes for Sween. Everything you do on the pod is fire. Keep killing it. Gooner Wonderland by Earth, Wind, and Cum. Help. Fuck. She knocked on my loose till I suffocate. RFK's brainworm. I'll carpet bomb the Gaza Strip for a quarter. John Strickland, my partner snapped the chairs off my Chris Ray gun U2s, then proceeded to tear my legs off in self-defense. Merck's 1889, my man flew too close to the sun, totally gave me the Icarus. The First Church of Keith David, yes, I would genocide the fuck out of some pizza. Second Church of Keith David featuring Bigger Better Than the First Church of Keith David. Pre-Roz, Blake 896, disastrously big dicks dicking down big booty bitches productions. FYI, it's been almost a year, and Mama JF is still missing. It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Man. Chris trying to read, like, both JFK and RFK have holes in their head. Alaskan oil field trash, Texas tater salad, young Sheldon shot in Times Square. Sue Hulk, Tickle My Ass Hairs, Nikki Ziggy, Jerry Seinfeld picking up his underage girlfriend, Sorry Miss Jackson, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, Duck Cunt, The Vegan Necromancer, I Got Consent, Aetherian, Brogerian Punter, Melphus 1 finally rehabilitated and back in the saddle with 2 functioning hands, and rounding out our list, as always, the king of a hap, Hazard.
Let's go.
Thanks for stopping by.
Let's fucking
I'm
go.
gonna go.
There
let's get the fuck
used to be another seal, but now I'm Majin, and I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna eat your brains. I'll kill all the children in front of me.